I would like to start this event. First of all, I would like to thank SSG for the initiative, and then for making IAL the program manager to be in charge of this program. And also I would like to thank SUSS and IAL for taking up the initiative. And definitely, I would like to thank you yourself for making the time over here. Thanks for the morning effort, especially for those who come over here. And lastly, of course, I would just certainly want to thank the IAL team, the organizing team, for making this come true. Okay, so these are the 4 agendas. So this will be about 15-20 minutes, and at the end of this, I think you know that for those who sign up for the special clinic, we will continue with the special clinic. Subsequent after this whole stuff. I will start with what is learning innovation. I think it's important to get the concept right, because here we are not talking just about innovation. We know about the innovation. More than just a tech innovation, there must be element of learning innovation. So learning innovation, learning is a way, it's a way of learning. So we are referring to the way of learning, whereby how you design, how you develop, and more importantly, also how you deliver. So those are the definition of learning innovation. Let me just click to the next slide. Wing, the next slide. I think the... Oh, okay. So this next slide, the next three slides are a bit on IAL. So in IAL, our key focus will be on capability development. Many of you are very familiar with IAL. We also do workplace learning, and a very core function that we do over at IAL would be the research. And lastly, whereby we are from the learning innovation side, whereby we lead innovation and experimentation in pedagogical learning, design, and practice. So the Innovation Center for the CET, so InLearn is the Innovation Center for CET, whereby we actually do matchmake expertise, facilitate collaboration, and we provide a space for innovation. The place you're sitting down is the open space thereby we also allocated for innovative collaboration, discussion, and we want to strengthen capability, which is also the objective of all our programs. And lastly, the word spur, we want to spur knowledge exchange, whereby this is also the last and the key focus of the Innovation Center. So by doing so, we want to build a vibrant learning innovation ecosystem. The key word is ecosystem. We want to engage interested stakeholders like yourself. Thanks a lot for coming in again. Who wants to value add to drive innovation in the CET learning. So again, here is what we also do is we partner with a purpose. So we get involved to contribute to our programs and initiative. You can please join us, and jointly we will create value for the CET learning, and together we will stay on the cutting edge by participating in or adopting the learning solution, trial and prototype and sandbox. And lastly, together with you, we will develop proprietary next generation innovation, incorporating the latest know-how, tech, and practices. So this is certainly suitable for training providers and practitioners, enterprises and industry associates, and solutionists. Oh, I think they click. Now it's okay. Okay, so the TAE learning journey actually starts with for our case here, we have the InnoLog, InnoBite, whereby we raise awareness and we provide bite-sized learning, and then we move on to the proprietary innovation design program to build capability, to build development, and then we move on to the to connect organization, and of course, lastly, we have the InnoDAF. Over here, actually give a snapshot of some of the programs whereby you should be already very familiar. We have the InnoGem, whereby it offers the $5,000 grant to do ideation work. And then we are following up through, we have the InnoPlus, whereby we offer up to 200,000 competitive grant to do prototyping. I got to use some jargon here. So this prototyping, usually the prototyping would result in the what we call technology readiness level of around 3 to 4. So it starts with ideation, 0. And then after ideation, it may result in 1 or 2. And then from InnoGem to InnoPlus, the product is being concretized. We are looking at a technology readiness level of 3 to 4. And to do so, we provide, InnoPlus provide up to 200,000. And of course, other than that, we also do brokering, adoption brokering. And we have another internal in-house of garage work, whereby we do translation of research into a tool to improve design and delivery. So some of the accolades from the InnoPlus. So here you are able to see Logistics Institute, Asia Pacific, Changi General Hospital, Lytton Academy, etc. So these are the fantastic spin-off of the completed projects from the InnoPlus program. And we certainly, because receive acknowledgement of our effort, some of this acknowledgement comes through the Straits Times, the nurses who are also innovators, or etc. And then these are some other international recognition of IAL expertise in online learning. Okay, now, yeah, exciting thing starts now. First, start on the keywords that we need to know is Inland 2.0. So building on the past achievement, we are now into Inland 2.0. We are taking Inland 2.0 to take us on a very targeted approach. So with a purpose to co-fund, co-share the risk of promising innovation, and to grant regulatory waivers to you to remove barriers that may hinder your testing of learning innovation, and to create a conducive environment for prototyping, testing, scaling up of learning innovation. So on the right side, the blue side, we focus on the Inland 2.0. We would incubate further. And more importantly, the new word is accelerate promising solution. This is done by identifying medium-term problem statement. We are very focused on problem statement for the accelerator. So you need, for applicants who are interested to apply for the innovSpur, the problem statement has to be very clearly defined. And we also look into priority concern, that whether you have addressed the priority concern in the TAE sector. And another key attributes of the Inland 2.0, we want to create a conducive environment for prototyping, testing, and scaling of training solution. Again, this is no longer just simple prototyping. We are moving towards a product that can be launched, to the market. So minimally, we are looking into at least 2 enterprise adoption. We definitely welcome projects that can impact greater extent, that can be scaled beyond your sector, that can be scaled to multiple sectors and can bring in, say, example, 100 or 1,000 adoption. So those are the key thing of the Inland 2.0 for the innovSpur. So Inland 2.0 build on the 2.0 build on the 2020 Inland. So we focus again on scaling, and to do so, we know that the Inland 2.0 will attempt to incubate prototype for industry-wide application. Take note, industry-wide application, not just 1 or 2 users. So preferably, of course, if you were to do some development, mainly, for example, if it is meant for the hospital, it should be able to go beyond the hospital. So, and secondly, accelerate to accelerate promising prototype towards commercialization. There must be an element of commercialization. Therefore, in the application form, you would need to write product, market, technology, and commercialization plan. For those who join me after the 20 minutes, you will see that we will walk through the application process. And thirdly, we have an innovation sandbox thanks to SSG. This innovation sandbox provides innovators a conducive space for experimentation and implementation by seeking and granting time-limited regulatory waiver. So there is a separate process. You can apply a separate application form for the innovation sandbox. So this will be eligible for SSG cost, fee funding, and for SkillsFuture credit. Most important is we have 4 focus areas. The first focus area is the increasing the uptake of online and blended learning by individual. So the focus of this first focus area 1 is the online and blended by individual. So in the application form, you will have to indicate to us whether is it 1, 2, or 3, or 4. The second focus area, we seek to amplify enterprise. The word is enterprise adoption of the EdTech, which is innovative learning technology. So this is at enterprise level. Third focus area, which is to develop effective remote assessment and proctoring for individual and enterprise. And lastly, to develop effective placement solution. So this is that tightens the industry training nexus. So this we are looking into placement solution. So take note again, your application must fit into at least one of the 4 focus areas. I think next. Okay. A summary of the incubator accelerator, we call innoSpur here. You already seen incubator is 200,000 and over accelerator up to 500,000. The project should not take more than a year. And then of course the last one is innovation sandbox. So this will actually help innovators surmount regulatory obstacles to assess example cost fee for funding or the SkillsFuture. Separate application each. Okay. So here is also a snapshot. We have InnoGem. I think InnoGem that provides 5,000 for ideation. We have InnoGrowth that is a joint collaboration with IMDA, whereby selected output from the InnoGem who meet certain standard would receive additional $10,000 funding to bring the technology readiness level of at least a 1 or a 2. With the 1 or 2 technology readiness level, or so-called TRL, they can apply to the InnoPlus. InnoPlus provides up to 200,000 per project on a open competition aspect, and there are 2 calls per year usually, and this is to develop a prototyping and piloting. So the TRL, technology readiness level, we are looking at least a 3, more than a 3 after the InnoPlus. And after the InnoPlus, you can also apply to the accelerator or the innoSpur, we call it over here. However, the innoSpur can also accept applicants who are not from the InnoPlus. So don't worry, you're not from InnoPlus, you can also come into innoSpur. So take note, innoSpur is now under the Inlearn 2.0. We want to bridge the gap to market and commercialization and for wider adoption. So we will target learn tech enterprises. And there is a co-contribution of 25% for the innoSpur. So there will be 3 winners per year, and today is the launch. Eligibility criteria. This is the moment everyone is waiting. You must be a Singapore registered company. You can be a foreign company, but you need to be registered in Singapore. As long as you are registered and you're operating with a local UEN. Also, this is the key criteria. And then the 4 focus area we already went through. uptake of online blended by individual, enterprise adoption of EdTech, remote assessment and proctoring, and lastly, placement solution. Okay, project duration will be 12 months. 12 months is okay. And up to 500,000 of the project qualifying costs. So what are the qualifying costs? Other condition criteria is 25% co-contribution. It also refers to basic manpower costs, equipment costs, software costs, material costs, consumables, and professional services. So there'll be a two-stage of evaluation. We call it the shortlisting stage and the award stage or the winning stage. So the award or winning stage comprises of people or the evaluator from the SSG, IAL, and a few of the or maybe I put it three of the reviewer from the industries. So what are the criteria for that we will do in the shortlisting stage? So the shortlisting stage will be done by IAL. We will look for completeness of proposal. That means please do the proposal correctly. Of course, we are not looking into your English grammar. We are looking into completeness, that all those things that we wanted, like example, reason for the product that we stipulated in the application form, duly thought through and then complete. And we also check for your compliance with our other conditions, like do you comply with the 4 focus area and your learning outcome. So basically, we look for the quality of proposal, again, not in report writing, but whether you have the content that you have written over there, product, market, technology, commercialization plan to achieve the TRL of at least a 7. And you need to come in with at least 2 enterprise adoption. So for applicants who are coming in, get the letter of adoption, get the letter of a support from them, and attach them in your proposal. And it'd be good if they come from 2 different sectors. And once with all this document available, the internal team plus some reviewer, we will look into several aspects. Example, the business aspect, which is the market and competition, the reason for your product, and how extent of innovativeness, etc. And we look into your receiver, which is the adopter. Who are your adopters, and who are they? Are they from the same sector? How big are they? In 3C, we look into technology, whereby we look into your proposed application. And of course, another concern is intellectual property. I would like to take this opportunity to share. Again, is we are all this money comes from the public, so there is actually you may want to make reference to a national IP protocol. Also, the word I use is national IP protocol. It is available in IPOS. Take a look into the IP protocol, and it will tell you that a grantee who wants to take a grant from the government, publicly funded grant, there are certain rights that the sponsors would like to continue. But we recognize that the basic IP, which is the background IP, belongs to you. Yeah, so this one no issue, because these are all yours. So yeah, so you need to certainly settle this IP issue with among your collaborators or your adopters. And 3D, we will look into your project plan, your project proposal, your plan, your resource, whether you have a team, you have sufficient resources and competency to do the project. And lastly, we will look into your risk, challenges, and mitigation measures. So this criteria form the stage 1. So take note, okay, these are just highlight of some important consideration. Don't forget, when you write a report, the extent of innovativeness, whether is it incremental innovation, whether is this radical innovation, or is it modular innovation or architecture innovation. So you will know better than me. In the application form, we will already have the jargon clearly defined, and also refer you to places whereby you can actually read up and then internalize yourself. Secondly, we look into scalability within and beyond Singapore. And of course, we want to look into, I do agree, of course, all innovation has risks, but it also has to be, risk has to be identified and probably mitigated. You cannot tell me that you have a risk and the risk is so open and nobody knows how to mitigate the risk. So please come up with a suitable risk mitigation strategy. And we look into your track record and of course, the skills and competency of your project team. Once you pass through the shortlisting stage, the real evaluation begins. A, B, C, D. A, we look into whether you could contribute to the grant objective. So basically means you minimally must be at least one of the 4 focus areas, and whether you can contribute to inland goal of driving innovation. And of course, the potential to increase adoption for individual enterprises. So these are very clearly defined that you need to articulate in the application form. And what is success to you? Please, a success is it take the $500,000 and then you create a final product, and then final product is being rolled to two companies. So the final product is going to be rolled to more than 1,000 learners. Yeah, please let me know. So you have to be very clearly articulated in the proposal. And in category B, we look into the strength of your scientific excellence or the development excellence in innovation potential. So here is very technical based. The media point, extent of innovativeness and technology readiness level. Please do not write to say that you will not be able to reach a TRL of 7. The definition of TRL will be given to you in the application form. Also, it will be given in the application form. And innovativeness, again, as I mentioned, there are 4 categories, whether is it incremental, whether is it modular architecture, or radical. Of course, radical means new product and new market. So these are very important stuff. And learning solution. Take note again, the last point, pedagogical underpinning. Yes, although this is looks like a tech, looks like a technology application, but we want to see the incorporation of pedagogical underpinning that has been considered in the whole proposal. You will have to write about 2 pages of your pedagogical underpinning. Your adoption of learning theories, and then finally, of course, the tie to the learning theories, you have a pedagogical underpinning. Example: if you are doing collaborative in the area of collaborative learning, then what are the pedagogical underpinning that you have highlighted, and how are you going to incorporate that pedagogical underpinning into your EdTech? So we want to know that you need to address, and then this will be separately given to a reviewer who is familiar with this subject matter for their evaluation. So A, B, and then finally we have a C and a D. C is important. First, don't forget again, we are all in Singapore. We want a vibrant TAE sector, right? So we welcome foreigners, foreign company who set up presence in Singapore. Please come over, put in some money, and then inject into Singapore, and then set up a company, take a local UEN, and then participate. But you can participate with collaborators. Your collaborators. We leave it to you to appoint your collaborators. In the application form, you have to identify your collaborators, which is your adopter. Minimally 2. Try to get adopters that can proliferate to a great impact that can actually go beyond scale beyond Singapore or more. We actually call this ecosystem disruption. Also, diversity in the participating pilot and ecosystem disruption. We challenge you to come up with something that create ecosystem disruption. And of course, in accepting the challenge, and if you face that, there are certain constraints, certain rules that you think needs to be broken. Let us know. We are prepared to put it up, assess it, to SSG for their consideration. That will be under the innovation sandbox. So there is a separate form. So again, please challenge us by telling us that you have an innovative idea that is so diversified and it can disrupt the ecosystem. We are prepared to hear, and if you have concern on how to get it done, don't worry, submit to us under the Innovation Sandbox application site. In the Innovation Sandbox application, we have prepared a guide. You just have to follow the guide, look through the document, and then prepare the necessary content and send back to us. We will look through, we will screen through, and if we feel that you have met the objective, we will certainly be happy to compile and then give it to our sponsors, SSG, for their consideration. And lastly, the execution strength and technical competency. I think without said again, money is there, but you need a team. If you are headcount, but you don't have the expertise and experience, you are unlikely to be able to resolve obstacles easily. Okay, so, a quick walkthrough of the evaluation process. It will start with a launch today. Then there'll be a 3 sessions, 15, 26, and 12. Please register for the session. So for this session, what you can do is from now to the 15th, you have about 2 weeks. Get the application form, download from the IEL website, perhaps by tonight or tomorrow, and then look through the application form and starts to work on the application form. As you work on the application form, you think you are not clear or you want some further advice, you can book this session on the 15th, 26th, and on the 12th. We will walk through with you on your application form on your write-up. If you are ready, again, if you are ready, you got 2 weeks to write, and we will advise you whether was there a misrepresentation, was there some support, further support from us. So in the afternoon, maybe there are some framework I see necessary for you to use in application form. Proposal submission, very important date, 19 September, 4 p.m. Please submit the application form to William Phay YH at IAL EDU, and CC to, I think you saw the lady, Miss Scott Chiwing. The process requires us to have two persons to receive it, so that is a form of audit. So it's a form of audit. So you please send to me, CC to her, and by this due date, we will follow the due date and time shortly. And please don't submit multiple application form. We will only receive one application form, because I will not know which is the latest that I should adopt. If you have send me a multiple application form, I can only take the latest before the cutoff time. And after we receive it, I mentioned we have the formality check, evaluation check, and then finally the shortlisted applicant will send into stage 2 to be evaluated. We are expecting to provide an award in November 2022, and the next call will be in late 2022 also. Okay, this is just a snapshot of our internal gate processes. So you see, we have a series of screening, and after this screening, we would then push it into stage 2. So this is going to be the last 2 slides, I think. Yeah. So please, in the application form, there is no info kit. We already put it into the website, and then read through the application form. There are a series of annexes to guide you in preparing the submission. Once you have all those submissions done closely, there is a declaration. You have to sign and stamp the declaration. And once that is all done, you will then send to William Phay, and then a CC to Miss Scott, and by the due date and due time. So on the right hand side, give you a snapshot of the application form that I will be walking through to those who wants to know more about the application process. Okay, last slide now, 19 September, 1600. 4 p.m. sent to the 2 person in this call for proposal. I think with this I have with this I actually end this presentation. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, William. And we are open for Q&A now. But first, William, can you help me answer some of the online questions? So we have Eddie who asked, can the same project be funded by multiple parties? Example, a star.
Same projects being funded. Okay. To answer you, we cannot double dip. If it's the same project, we cannot double dip. This is the rule of the publicly funded innovation initiative guideline provided by the ministry. So naturally, right, if you've got same project with same title, you go to ESG for funding, you come to me for funding, you go to IMDA for funding, but whereas the project scope are the same. So basically is that if the same title, same project, you cannot be asking for additional funding.
Yep. So Eddie, hope this answers your question. And to answer Tabby's question, is this yearly? Yes, it is. And anyone from online, anyone has any further questions? If you have questions, just feel free to unmute yourself and ask them, or you can leave them in the chat. Or if you are processing the information, you can ask the questions later via email to William and myself directly later. Yeah. If there are no further questions, then would you like to?
Yeah, if no further questions, I think for those who are involved in the clinic, I will move to the main hall to walk through with you on the application process and to highlight the certain special conditions. Okay, thank you for coming.
Hi, I've got a question. I'm doing online right now. I'm not at the place there. How do I go about going the clinic?
I see. You want to raise a question here?
Probably. I think there is some other clinic sessions, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I do is I gather my questions, right? But I don't know whether is it too late or not. I guess there's one on the 15th of August.
Yeah.
2 weeks time.
Yeah, how do I know the time and the venue?
There is a link in our website for you to register for any of the event, 15, 26, and 12.
Or can I email you since I've got your email now?
You can email me. We can provide you with a link. No issue. Yes.
Yeah, correct. All right. Because what I'm trying to propose would be something like you have STEM and STEAM into the young, but the PMETs you don't have anything there. So I think that's what we are trying to do. And then I'm also a PMET, and I understand the problems with ATE along this way with LearnTech.
Right.
Yeah.
Certainly.
So I've been a grantee for some of the government processes, but
Very good.
I guess you have also outsourced it to people like Maximus and Ingeus to find employment. I think the learning organization is where the ecosystem need to be disrupted.
Agree. Fantastic.
Yeah. So I would like to personally meet up with you on, say, maybe on the 15th. If you can send me the link, I'll write email to you and then can understand the process.
Yes.
Yeah. And
yes.
I guess since there's a round 2, meaning what do you mean? There's a call for proposal round 2 means what?
Call for proposal round 2 in late November. This is call for proposal 1. So the second call for proposal is in November.